but I'm here and we have a sunrise. It's kind of cloudy though. Sunrise. So it's 6:27 a.m, so 7 minutes after sunrise. So you can see the sun has kind of risen behind the clouds, which is pretty cool. I love that. And then there's the moon I was telling you about. Look, the moon, the moon, the moon. Miss Paula, hello, Hilda Joy, how are you? Are you joyful this morning? It is cold here this morning. I'm freezing actually. The sun, even the sunrise didn't want to wake up this morning. Paula, look at this. But I don't want, there's people coming, so I don't want to put them in the shot. I'm just doing my green juice. See, look, Miss Paula, the sun didn't even want to rise. Look at it. It's like grumpy and wants to stay in bed. So just been there is the sun rising and the new light. You're very joyful. I love that. And then look, Miss Paula, we have the full moon that, well, it's not full anymore, but it was a couple of days ago. So I love that. So you got the full moon on one side, right? And then you have the sunrise on the other side. We'll just pretend that's rising, okay? But you can look at that over there. That's different there too. You think you see a dolphin. Yeah, no, that's not a dolphin. That's a rock. Though, to be honest, I have seen dolphins out here. It's just you don't see them very regularly. So anyway, how are you? What's going on? I am trying to get myself... Okay, let's do this. Let's go to the beach first. Let me stop wangling about in the car. You're thinking of taking a Sunday nap. I reckon that's a great idea. What time is it for you, Miss Paula? You're in the Midwest, aren't you? I'm trying to remember where you're from. I know Alison is from Texas. It's 4:30 p.m. Okay. Well, this is a new day, a new week in Australia, Miss Paula. It's 6:30 a.m. on Monday morning. Your future's a little bit cloudy, but there's a beautiful sunrise behind it, if that means anything to you. Oh, you're from Tennessee. Of course, you got that Tennessee accent. I'm going to try to do a Tennessee accent. No, I can't. I'm not very good at accents. Yeah, sorry, Deb. I don't know what happened. I literally put the phone down and I've been talking to myself for 5 minutes. And then when I got in the car, when I got down to the beach, I looked at the phone and there was no one there. And then I think Susan said, "Hey, Dora, you're not there." I'm like, okay, I'm not there. How are you, Deb? It's just me and Miss Paula does retirement. I don't know if you've actually met Miss Paula, Deb. So Paula, Deb Warwick is a friend of mine I've met through the lives. She is in Spring, Texas. So just down the road from you and around the corner. And just around the corner from Miss Alison. Miss Mitzi. Hi, Larry. How you going? So, Larry, you're watching a sunrise in Australia. Though it's not really rising. I mean, it is rising. It's just hidden behind the clouds. And I get it because I wanted to stay in bed this morning too. So this is Redcliffe Beach in the Redcliffe Peninsula. This is Moreton Bay in southeast Queensland in Australia. And as we say in Australia, g'day mate, how you going mate? So it's people walking along the beach, getting their exercise in or running. See, that's Miss Paula, she's running. Go Miss Paula, run, run. Miss Paula, you're doing well running. I'm joking, Miss Paula. Miss Paula, have you ever been a runner? I don't think you've been a runner. But you do like your walking. Are you still walking? I thought that'd make you laugh, Miss Paula. It'd be like, run, Forrest, run, run. So guys, I'm just drinking my green juice and then we'll walk. And can I say, there's a bit of wind and I'm cold and I'm sooking. I'm being a sookie lala. I want to be in bed. I really want to be in bed. It's cold. And you know what, guys? Today's a public holiday in my area because we have a show. We call it the Brisbane Exhibition, which we shorten everything in Australia to. So I don't know if you've known that, but like everything in Australia gets shortened. Like exhibition turns into Ekka. So we have the Ekka show. It started on Saturday and it goes for 10 days. It's like the state fair basically. It's a big one for the whole Brisbane region. So in the Brisbane region, or the greater region, we all get a public holiday on different days so that we can all go to the show. So Monday is my region for Moreton Bay. On Wednesday is the Brisbane area. On Thursday is, I don't know what area, I don't know. Every day is a different day, different region, so that we all get to share to go to this, if we want to have a day off to go to the show, we do. So that means in this area today, most shops will be closed, most businesses are closed. It's a public holiday basically. So yeah, I don't go to work today. Yay! So I get to walk on the beach, go hiking. I'm going to go hiking today. I doubt I'm going to take you with me. So this is where I do my walk today. But I will, go for a hike today. I've got to tell you about a hike I did yesterday. It was amazing. Hey Heather, I'm back. I don't know what happened. So Miss Paula, I started the live 10 minutes ago from my house. Okay, sorry, I'm going to stop rambling because you want to see the sunrise, not my head. Yeah, so guys, when I got down here, I realised that the live was not working. It said, Deb said it's buffing, and then my friend Susan said, hey, you're not there, Dora. And I'm like, no, I am here, but internet's not working or something. But yeah, the sunrise is this, which I'm not absolutely hating, to be honest. It's really beautiful. Look at it. Look at the sun. There's an island there, guys. So I don't know if you can see that. There's an island. There's the ocean, then there's an island. And then sunrise is behind that. And you've got clouds above it too. So yeah, look at that. Look at the clouds. They're pretty cool, eh? And above me, I can hear a plane rumbling. So we're at an airport just over here. It's about half an hour drive from me, but there's the Brisbane airport. So the flight landings through this way, or the flight, I don't know what you call it, when they go down. So that's why you can hear a grumble. Oh, funny story. So I'm sure in your areas you have a Facebook page for your community. Hey hey Susan, how you going? Hey, mainly off grid, how you going? Yeah, flight path, that's what I'm talking about. So anyway, guys, we are looking at the sunrise on a Monday morning here in Australia. It's 6:36 a.m. and I'm rambling. And I want to just tell you a funny story about that rumbling noise from the flight path. So, most regions have a Facebook page, right? A community page, right? If you're on Facebook. So Redcliffe Peninsula has a Facebook page. And do you know how many people move to the area and they actually write in the community page, hey, what's that rumble noise? No joke. They think that, I don't know what they think the rumble noise is, but they don't know what it is. And then some people have to say, hey, there's a flight path, out in the ocean. That's the rumble noise. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that. It was quite funny. I mean, I guess if you don't know, you don't know, do you? I mean, maybe they thought there's some extra you know, that aliens are coming down. Who knows? Who knows? Yep, mainly off grid. Oh, I can't remember your first name. Sorry, mainly off grid. Have you told me your first name? Oh, anyway, mainly off grid. This is, yeah, this is the future. Your future is, it's bright. It's very bright. You can see the sun rising. It's just a bit cloudy to start with, okay? So I think we can all sympathise with that, you know, life can be a bit cloudy sometimes, but there's always a silver lining. Oh my God, I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. Not really, guys, but you know, I always talk about, I mean, not always, but I'm a big advocate for mental health awareness, and you guys know it's how we all pretty much got to know me, and I've got to know you guys is when I've been doing these walks along these beaches. When I was doing the 30k or 18-mile walk, or I was training for the walk, and I talked about my purpose of walking for these charities for mental health, because I lost a good girlfriend to mental health. And it's really for my future self too, and to, you know, anyone of my friends, because, you know, mental health can affect anyone for any different reason. Like, you know, you can wake up with mental health. It doesn't actually have to be a trauma in our lives that causes us mental health. Like my friend Esther had trauma in her life. She had a really bad marriage that created a lot of trauma in her life that gave her mental health. That was in Malaysia, and then she came to Australia and she couldn't escape the trauma, even though she had divorced the guy, had a new marriage. But what I guess I'm trying to say is that, you know, like, I might not suffer mental health, so to speak, that, you know, I have a label that, you know, I don't have bipolar or schizophrenia, or, you know, but depression is something that we all, I'm sure, everyone in the chat can sympathise that, you know, depression can come to us for any different reason. Like, you know, you can lose a job and you can get depressed. You can, let's face it, break up with a partner and get depressed. You know, a lot of us have friends and family around us that, you know, we can rally around us and, you know, pull us out of that. For me personally, I've broke up with a couple of guys, and I've had friends around me that have pulled me out of my, you know, pretty much out of a bottle. I used to drink a lot of alcohol in my last breakup, and yeah, it wasn't good. So anyway, what I'm just trying to say is that, yeah, I do all these mental health awarenesses and chat about it because it shouldn't be a stigma. It should be talked about. This is definitely a safe place, and obviously if someone comes into the chat and says otherwise, we'll boot you out. But yeah, like, mental health should be something that we should talk about, and if, you know, yeah, sharing's caring. And not that I'm a counsellor of any description, but I can always listen. That's all I can say. And I'm always here for anyone that, you know, wants to listen. But that's not why I do these chats, obviously. It's more to show you where I am. And yeah, look at the sunrise, guys. Look at that. It's a beautiful... Okay, I have to do a jumping for joy, guys. Because... Oh, look at that, guys. The sun just rose literally out of the clouds. Oh my gosh, guys, that's magical. Okay, let's just stand here for a bit. Hey, Maddie, how you going? All right, guys. So you know what I've got to do here? I've got to do a jumping for joy. If you've not seen this before, you'll see it in a second. I'm sorry if you don't like it. That's not my point. This is my channel. Where's the sun? There's the sun. Okay. Let's try that one more time. Take 2. Okay. So that's what I call a jumping for joy, or a star jump. I do it when I'm happy, I'm doing it when I'm sad, I do it to give me energy, I do it because I love a sunrise, and look at that sunrise. So like, even if you guys weren't here, I'd still do this. So without the lives, I put my phone down, use a bottle as a tripod, and I do a jumping for joy. And my hands in the air first is like, let me show you this sunrise. Why I put my hands in the air is like, I'm kind of saying, thank you, Mother Earth. Thank you, universe. You know, I'm very grateful to be alive this morning. Not many, you know, not saying not many, but yeah, there's people that don't wake up this morning, should I say. You know, I've hit the age of 50. This is my 50th year on this planet. And I guess the older I get, the more I appreciate life. You know, I guess when you're in your 20s, if someone's in your 20s in the chat, just saying that, you know, there's a whole, you know, many years ahead of you, and you don't think about how tomorrow's not guaranteed, if that makes any sense. I think the Gen Ys in the chat, Gen X's, I'm a Gen X. The Gen X's in the chat will probably realize what I'm trying to say is that every day is not a given. And yeah, this day right now, this moment is a moment to be grateful for. And seeing the sunrise to me just is such a beautiful thing. And I know Susan in the chat. So Susan, my friend at, Country Homestead. Sorry, I can't ever remember people's full handles, but I think you get what I'm talking to say. Country Homestead is Susan. She's in the Alpine region in Victoria, and that's the state of Australia. It's a little bit away from me, probably about a 10, 12-hour drive if I drove it all in one go, which would be stupid. But it's far, right? And she probably doesn't see the sunrise every morning because it's probably quite cloudy on her alpine mountain. But she can tell you in the chat because it'll be the sun will be risen at her place too. So Susan, are you seeing the sunrise? Or is it cloudy like this? This is beautiful, guys. Oh, forgot. I bring another phone with me. I have an older phone that doesn't work anymore, as in doesn't have a SIM card in it, but that's in the car. And I bring it with me so that I can take a photo of the sunrise, because when I do these lives, it takes like 24 hours for the phone, like the live to download. I don't know, does the people that do lives in the chat, does it take you ages for your like live to download? So for example, after the live, I can make this private or public. And if I make it public, anyone can watch it, right? But I can't actually download the actual footage. I can screen record it, but I can't actually download it. So like, for example, that jumping for joy I do, like I sometimes share that on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, because my friends always have a giggle about my jumping for joys, because it is funny. And like, I'll see people walking along the beach when I do the jumping for joy and they're laughing. And I think that's great. I don't mind if they're laughing at me. I laugh when I do a jumping for joy. I think it's joyful. It's, you know, it's a moment to, show our crazy side. No, it's not crazy. So guys, when did we stop having fun? Just a question for you. What I mean by that is like, you know, when we're 10, we're playing on swings, we're climbing trees, we're, you know, skipping down the beach, we're making, you know, tree houses, we're making sandcastles. Basically, we're having a joyful life, right? What happens when we turn 20 or when we start getting a job, when we go to the real world of adulting? Why do we stop like building sandcastles and skipping down the beach and having a good old giggle? I mean, look, Miss Paula and her alter ego is Hilda. She has a good old giggle, which is Miss Paula's alter ego. So Miss Paula Does Retirement in the chat. She's still there. Question for you. Yeah, why do we stop, you know, being kids? I know we've got to adult. I get that, right? We've got to go to work and, you know, do all the things. Adulting is definitely overrated. But like, why do kids get all the fun? Why is it like just for kids? So that's why I jump for joy. That's why I adventure how I do, because I think like, you know, there's time to be an adult. Like, I got to go to work, right? Today's a day off for me, thankfully. But yeah, what happened in our lives that we forgot to have fun? I mean, I know we have fun. Like, I'm sure, Susan, you have a good old giggle with your daughter. about something the cows did, or, you know, the alpaca did something funny, and you'll have a good old giggle. But, okay, I'm generalising here. Maybe Susan does have the same ethos as I do. I don't know. Susan, I'll ask you. Do you believe that, you know, it shouldn't just be the kids that have all the fun? Like, let's be crazy and just, you know, enjoy the moment. And that could look different to everyone. I understand that. Like, not everyone wants to put the phone down and do a jumping for joy on the beach on a live. But what I'm trying to say is that I do this without the live too. So regardless of it was anyone watching me, I still do a jumping for joy. Yes, I'll video it and I'll screenshot it and I'll post it on my Facebook, or I have a whole album full of jumping for joy videos and shots from, like, probably 17 years ago I started doing this jumping for joy. Okay, so anyway, let me look. Now, another thing, guys, the sun's in my eyes, so I can't really see the chat very well, so I'm looking cross-eyed here. Hey, Miss Kelly, how you going? Okay, so Miss Kelly, so Susan's got, God no, life's short. Spend it to be miserable. I'm grateful for every moment. Yep, I knew Susan had the same ethos. Yeah, Deborah's got here, I don't want to act old and snotty. Yeah, exactly. Why do you want to act old? And Heather's saying, yeah, that kids keep us young. I'm great, Miss Kelly. Okay, Mandy. Maddie, you're doing your schoolwork. Well, all I'm saying, Maddie, never stop having fun. I don't know if anyone follows Miss Maddie, but Maddie is a joy. She's always having fun. She's just, yeah. She's got these ducks that she loves, these plastic ducks, and yeah, she collects ducks. And she loves animal ducks, like real animals, should I say. So Mainly Off Grid says, I definitely say my kids keep me young. I do everything the kids do. Excellent, that's great. The kookaburras are laughing. I've got to say, there's nothing better than a kookaburra laugh. Okay, so Susan from High Country Homestead said that she can see the sun rising. It's appearing over the top of the mountains. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, Susan, we're both watching the sunset. Sorry, we're both watching the same sunrise. Isn't that crazy? You're on top of a mountain, like probably 1,300 kilometers away from me. I'm watching it over a sunrise, and you're watching my sunrise on a TV screen or on your screen on your mobile phone. I think that's crazy. Okay, so Mainly Off Grid, I'm not alone. You're saying that the lives take ages to upload too. Okay, so Miss Paula's gone. See ya, Miss Paula. Mainly Off Grid just got here. Life is not a dress rehearsal. You're right. Exactly right. So Susan, you've got here, you're a happy hermit. Living the life. You are living the life, mate. You are living the life. Okay, so Mainly Off Grid is Jim. Okay. Okay, explore with Lisa. Are you still there, Lisa? Oh, look, guys, pelicans. Hey, Maddie, look, the pelicans are here. Maddie loves the pelicans too. Oh my gosh, I love the pelicans. Look at that vision right there, guys. We've got the sunrise and you've got a pelican. That is cool. That is cool, guys. All right. I've still got to drink my juice. Okay, just look at the sunrise for a bit, guys. I've got to finish this juice and then we'll go walking. Okay, so mainly off-grid. Your name's Jim. Hi, Jim. How you going? Nice to meet you. I know I've met you, but it's nice to know your name. So mainly off-grid, guys. His name's Jim. High Country Homestead is Susan. Deborah obviously is Deborah. Maddie is Maddie. Heather's backyard is Heather. We have Kelly is Kelly. Teacher Kelly. I think there was Explorer Lisa. She's Lisa. Ah, hey Kathleen. Obviously Kathleen is Kathleen. And see how she's got her Hey Mutiara? So I keep on having to say, like, everyone, that, like, my name is actually Mutiara. So you can see there Kathleen says Hey Mutiara. So Mutiara is my given name, my birth name, my name my parents gave me. So it's an Indonesian word for pearl. So my mother's Indonesian, my dad's Australian, and I was born in Australia, always lived in Australia, though I've had different kind of experiences overseas living in other countries. But yeah, Australia's always going to be my home. But I'm half Indonesian, so that's probably where my love for travel started. But yeah, my alter ego is Dora, and on a backpacking trip around the world 17 years ago, because Facebook reminds me it was 17 years ago, just saying, otherwise I wouldn't remember. I was nicknamed Dora because I've always got a backpack on. And yeah, I like to explore. So that is where my name Dora came from. Explorer is obviously explore, but in Espanol, because I used to live in Mexico. Exploradora. And then 80 is that my goal in life, or one of my goals in life, is to see 80 countries. So I'm up to country 62. Country 62 was Luxembourg back in May. And then I went to Samoa also in May. So May was a bloody awesome month. And that was because, I'm going to be honest, my partner Diego shouted me those 2 trips. So that was really nice. Because I turned 50, guys. It was like, it's a statement, right? So put it this way. Diego's actually 3 years younger than me. So I'm a bit of a cougar, guys. Meow. So I'm like, shit. When he turns 50, I know I have to do something really big for him. Because obviously he spoiled me this year. So yeah, that was pretty special. But anyway, it's not a normal year that I go to that many countries. And actually I went to Indonesia at the start of the year. So this has been a massive year in travel for me. As I said, like, unfortunately, I do actually have to adult. I try to have fun, yes, but I do have to adult. And yeah, adulting can suck. But you know what? You enjoy these moments that you don't have to work. I don't live to work. That's for sure. I live for these kind of moments that I'm on the beach watching the sunrise, or, okay, the moon's gone. The moon was, oh no, you can see the moon, guys. Look. Look at that, guys. I'm going to zoom in. Can you see the moon? Man, there's lots of planes taking off this morning. I don't know if you guys can actually hear that. If I zoom in over there, you can see a plane. There you go, there's the plane. So it's flying into Brisbane Airport, which is about just over there. Hey, Susan. I love that. So people are saying Susan looks much younger than she is. I don't look and behave my age. Love, love that. Who wants to act their age? I'm going to be honest. Who does? Maddie, all I can say is there's a big world out there out of school. Enjoy school while you've got it, because school is a great time to make friends. Yes, I know you've got to be serious and you've got to do your studies and blah, blah, blah. But I'm just going to say that school is a good learning place to make friends. And yeah, I'm still, I don't know if you're the same as me, guys, in the chat, but are you still friends with your friends from high school? Or are you still friends with your friends from primary school? Just putting it out there. Like last Saturday night, I went out to celebrate my friend's 50th. She's my oldest school friend that I see. We were in grade 3 together in primary school. And I see her, I run into her on the beach. She walks on the beach every now and then, so I run into her. It helps that I still live in the same area. Obviously, I know that a lot of people move away from where they live. I get that. But I'm just putting it out there. Like, is anyone still in touch with any primary school friends? Anyone still in touch with any high school friends? So, Maddie, what I'm trying to say is cherish your friendships because they're really important. That's interesting. So Heather's just got here. The sun is just starting to set in Ireland. Isn't that amazing? So the sun sets in Ireland and the sun rises in Australia, hey? Opposite sides of the world. Oh yeah, you did. Sorry, I missed the ducks flying, Maddie. I knew you would see it. Deb, your roses. Oh, hopefully they come back, Deb. So Deborah Warwick is my friend from Spring, Texas, and she's not been well lately. Deb, are you still in hospital? Do you mind me? I don't think Deb minds me talking about her health. But yeah, Deb's not been well. So that's why she said that her roses and her lemon tree have died a little bit, dried up, because she hasn't been home. Though you also were on holidays too, Deb. You were in Colorado, but unfortunately she came back and she ended up in hospital. So hopefully they come back for you. Hey, Mike. How you going, Mike? How was Minnesota this afternoon? You did spell it right, Mike. You got it right. See, there's no hiding that I'm not Dora, right, guys? That's why I do tell you that my name is not actually Dora. You're welcome to call me Dora because a lot of my friends do call me Dora. And I've told the story that when I came back from a backpacking trip that I went around the world. I got an around the world ticket because it's cheaper to go holidays that way. But yeah, I was traveling for 6 months. So I'll tell you guys, I saved a lot of money for a long time. I worked 3 jobs to pay for that trip. But on that trip, I was nicknamed Dora the Explorer. And then when I came back from that trip, I was at a shopping centre in a completely different region to where I live. And a friend was yelling out to me, "Hey, Dora, hey, Dora." And I didn't answer because, my name's not Dora, right? And then she comes up to me and she goes, "Hey, Dora." And I'm like, "Oh, hey, Kat." So it's a girl I used to play tennis with and I went to school with. And she's like, "Hey." And I'm like, "Hey." She's like, "Welcome home, Dora." And I'm like, "Hey, you're the first person in Australia that's actually called me Dora." And it's just stuck. I mean, I used to always refer to myself as Dora on YouTube. On Facebook. So when I was traveling for 6 months, I'd write stories about, Dora did this today, Dora did that, or I can't believe Dora did this. And then, yeah, so that's why yeah, the name kind of stuck. So yeah, I have a lot of friends that go, oh, hey, Dora. Or like a girlfriend will ring me up and go, hey, you had a Dora weekend, I hear. Or maybe, Mutiara, maybe you need to go have a Dora weekend. You're, sounding a little glum. So yeah, Dora is my alter ego. Dora is the little girl in me that loves to skip, jump, have fun. Yeah, just be spontaneous. And look, it does help that I don't have children. I'm just going to put it out there, guys. I don't have children. I don't have those responsibilities. So I know it's harder. Like, Susan lives on a farm. She has a child that she homeschools. It's not as easy for Susan to be spontaneous and, get up and go, okay, you know what? I'm going to go to Paris to a friend's wedding, like I did literally in May. But, that might not be also Susan's cup of tea. Susan loves to work on the land. She has beautiful animals. I'm obsessed with the alpaca. Hey, Susan, can you do me a favour? Could you please do a video or a short on your alpaca? I just would love to know your alpaca's name. I want to see you pat the alpaca, and I'd love to see you cuddle the alpaca and do a selfie with the alpaca. I'd love to see that. Just saying, if you'd like to do that, I'd love to see that. And can everyone else in the chat encourage Susan to do that too? Oh, Kathleen, you've always spelt it right. I would have told you if you didn't. Yes, Susan. Oh. Okay, so I've got Susan and I've got Heather online at the moment. So I'm just going to tell you something. I will respond to your email. I just don't do it automatically, just because I get the emails on my phone, right? And when you're on the phone responding to an email, and I like to double check my spelling because I'm quite dyslexic, so my spelling is atrocious. So I have to go back and reread. And when you're on your phone, it's hard to reread and then copy and cut things out. So I find that sometimes I'll cut it out and then I just the whole email gets lost. I just go, you know what? I get so frustrated I just don't return the email. So I don't have a job that I sit down at a computer all day. So, I'm going to be honest, I hate being on the computer because, I love to edit videos and that's when I'm on the computer. And I've kind of been having a bit of a hiatus from that at the moment. But yes, I will jump on a computer. Today I've got to do some taxes, so I have to be on my computer. So I'll send an email to Heather and I've got an email to send to Susan. Yes, I'm excited. So I'm actually sending Susan. I'll start a new one here. I'm sending Susan one of my dad's books. So I talk about how my dad wrote a book called the Dictionary of Botanical Names. It was the first one ever written in Australia. Unfortunately, this is 30 years ago, and now people just look it up online. So basically, in Australia, every country, you have your native plants. So for example, a gum tree is, a native plant to Australia. Oh, hello. Sorry, guys, I'm sidetracked here. And what I'm saying is, my dad, I still sell the book. We still sell the book for my dad. I don't obviously make a lot of money out of it. It's just a side hobby that I do for my dad because he's passed away. But the book is still very popular for people that love bushwalking and love native plants. It's a reference book. And I said to Susan that I'm sure she has a lot of native plants on her property. She has 360 acres, which is a lot of acres, just saying. And on her property, she has a lot of native plants. And native plants have a botanical name. And how they get their botanical names, a lot of it comes from Latin terms. And my father was really good at Latin terms. So he has wrote a dictionary of a lot of Australian plants and the terminology and how they got their names. So, so I'm going to send one to Susan because I love what she does. My dad was a big environmentalist, greenie, loved growing things. That's why I've got a bit of a green thumb. My mum lives on a property like Susan and homesteads. She's 76 this year and she still lives on the land by herself. Guys, look at that. Pelican's wingspan is massive, just massive. So yeah, that's why, as I said, I'm sending one to Susan because I know that she would appreciate it, and I know my dad would appreciate the work that Susan does on her land. So yeah, don't worry, Susan. I've got your details. A book's coming your way, and that's a private address that no one else will get. Oh, and sorry, Heather. I was, when I got cut off in the car when I was driving down here, I was having a full-on conversation with you. I didn't realise the phone was cut off. So I was saying to Heather that I did get your email and that I am going to respond. And on the weekend, I got some jewellery wire for my jewellery lesson with you. Oh, guys, here we go. I'm obsessed with pelicans when they fly like that. They're just amazing. God, you guys are getting an overload of pelican flying this morning. All right, I do need to walk. I'm freezing just standing here though, I've got to say. Okay, green juice done. All right. Though I'd like to go back to bed because it is cold. I reckon the temperature's just dropped. But anyway, I'm going back to the car to, yeah, put this way and then we'll go walking. And it's cold, guys. People are wearing scarves and I should be wearing a scarf because it's freezing. I could even wear gloves, it's so cold. Okay. So, just bear with me, guys. I'm just... Okay, hold on. Actually, just look at the ceiling for a bit, okay? It's not a great view, but you know. Okay, guys. Last Monday I went walking and I nearly ran out of battery, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, I've got a battery pack. So when Paul comes on, let him know I've got a battery pack. Having a drink of water. Okay, my hands are really cold. Okay, just bear with me. I don't like to use the newfangled ear thingy jiggies. I'm like, why would I charge another thing? Like, it's hard enough to keep my phone charged. I'm just going to use these things. I know they're annoying because they're all like this all the time. It's like a puzzle. But like, I am not charging another thing, just saying. And I don't actually think those earpods are actually safe for you. But anyway, that's my ethos, not ethos. That's my theories, and I won't need to share my theories. All right. Oh, my hands are freezing, guys. Okay, we are walking, okay? I am going to walk. Just got to put my headphones in. Okay. Can you hear me? Testing. That is so beautiful. All right. Hey, see you, Heather. All right, guys. We're leaving the sunrise to walk up the beach. So, I don't know if you were with me on Friday. We saw a poor guy that his boat got, well, run aground, basically. Its hull has got stuck on rocks and it's got literally destroyed. It's so sad. But yeah, we'll walk past and see if he's doing okay. Obviously, I won't be filming him, but just to add, so you guys know that had a bit of a chat with him, and I asked, I said that I'd send my partner down because Diego's a carpenter. Because the poor guy actually has to salvage the boat. He has to get the boat off the beach, and it's not, you can't tow the boat. It's got, yeah, it's proper stuffed. And he doesn't have a huge lot of money, so he's trying to salvage what he can off the boat to sell, like for scrap metal. So yeah, I don't know I don't know where he's living, or because he's living on the boat. So I'm not sure exactly, what he's going to do. But my partner went down, and I went down later on, had a chat with him too. We helped pick up all his clothes off the beach, because I don't know if you remember, if you were with me that morning. I started walking from here, and I started seeing all the clothes on the beach, so I started picking them up and I put them on the side of the rails, because I wasn't quite sure if it was his stuff too. And then I met him, and he did say to me, "Yeah, all my clothes. Only got my clothes that are on my back." He goes, "All my clothes are in the boat. They're completely, waterlogged." And then he goes, "The rest of my clothes are all the way down the beach." So I actually went and got his clothes for him, and someone was going to take him to the laundromat. So yeah, it's really, really sad. Someone apparently was going to give him a pop-up trailer to put in front of the boat so that he could watch the boat. Because the other side of it is, right, guys, I'm going to be honest, like, a lot of people are struggling these days. So a boat on the beach is going to be a target for kids to go on the boat and try to steal things and break things. So I don't know what happened, but yeah, he said that someone was offering him a pop-up trailer, and he was going to put it in front of the boat on the there's obviously, you can park cars and caravans along the side. You're not supposed to park caravans, but you can. Wow, look at the sun now, guys. That is amazing. Whoa. Hey, Susan, how you going? So, Artfully Becoming is my friend Susan. Hey, Susan, how you going? I was watching one of your videos last night, and isn't it interesting? Like, when you watch people's videos, you get more and more information about them. Like, I didn't know you were a nurse. Um, so the last live, you saying that you enjoyed your summer holiday and you have to go back to back to work, and I didn't know what you did. And then obviously I watched your video, and you're talking about how you're a nurse and how you do art. I mean, I'm sure you don't mind me saying this. You do share it on your page, but you have suffered anxiety, and that doing art actually helps your anxiety. And I think that's amazing. I mean, that's what you're doing for your own mental health, and it helps you. And art is such a creative outlet, and that's probably why I love doing art too. Not that I do as much as you guys do. I mean, you do. Kathleen, who's in the chat, she found art when she was bedridden because of her chronic fatigue, and that made her feel good. So yeah, it's amazing how art can make you feel so good about yourself. And Susan is really, really good at it. I mean, sorry, Kathleen, you're great at it too, but I was just talking about Susan's channel. And we had Mitzi on the channel before, Miss Paula, and Mitzi's friend Hilda Joy. No, sorry, Hilda Joy was on the channel. Alison, whoa, whose alter ego is Mitzi. Oh my gosh, it's so confusing. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about, but otherwise just ignore me. But anyway, Alison, who's Mitzi, bought Susan a beautiful, she made a mouse pad of one of Susan's really beautiful artwork. So that was gorgeous. So yeah, that's lovely, and that's a friendship they made from YouTube. I think that's beautiful. Anyway, that was hard. I just wanted to mention that because I just thought it was really nice that on YouTube you can actually make friends. Like, people think that it's a bit of a joke. Like, you're on YouTube, and you're making friends with people. Like, what a joke. Because, and I do believe that the real world is out here. I say that all the time. The real world is out here on the beach, not in this phone, right? But at the same time, you can make friendships here. So I'm not ditching that. Like, Susan and I are really good friends. We send emails to each other. I'm about to send her a book. So, and I love that Alison and Susan, the other Susan, which is Artfully Becoming, and I'm talking about Susan from High high country's homeland. Oh my God, it's so confusing. So anyway, but I'm just trying to say is that what a beautiful place that, you know, we get to make these friendships. And I love watching that video, Susan. So if anyone's interested, Artfully Becoming, there's a really nice video there about Susan just talking about just candidly about her life, and just about showing the unboxing of these presents that Alison bought. I just thought it was beautiful. Anyway, if anyone's interested in watching that, you should check that out. Hey, Miss Gina. So Heartly Happy is Miss Gina. I should probably, now that I've got a few people on the chat, just talk about everyone's channel. I mean, I just talked about Miss Susan. So Miss Susan is Artfully Becoming. And Artfully Becoming, I know you're American, but I'm just not sure exactly whereabouts you're from America. Obviously, a lot of people that are on the chat are from America, or from the Northern Hemisphere. So we have Heartfully Happy, who is Miss Gina. And Miss Gina is in Georgia, in America. Miss Georgia does a lot of lives, and she shows, I'm just sure I just saw that last night. You had a Sunday night live or Sunday morning live or something with your family. And yeah, she's just got this presence with herself. So she has a presence that she's just easy to talk to. Like, you like sit there and you could have a cup of tea while you watch her live and you feel like she's talking to you. Just saying. She's got that kind of presence. So if anyone's interested in checking out her channel, you should. I mean, I'm not making you. You can if you like. Who we talked about Artfully Becoming. Susan, what's SC? San Francisco? I don't know. What does SC stand for, Susan? I'm in SC. Okay, so we have Mike's Adventure Spark. So obviously his name's Mike. He's a newly formed friend. Probably about 2 weeks I've known Mike. And Mike and I are even Instagram friends now. So, we're crossing the platforms even. So Mike, I actually met him in a chat, not a chat, sorry, in the comments of Rob Martini, I think his name is. I don't know. Rob Mariner. So I met him in the chat, or in his comments, should I say. I actually saw his name and thought, you know what, that's a channel I want to check out. I just like the name, Adventurous Sparks. I thought there's got to be something exciting about him. So I went and checked out his channel, and he lives in Minnesota. And I was watching a couple of his shorts, and I was watching a couple of his videos, and I put a couple of comments. And then obviously he came over to my channel, and he did the same thing to my channel, and we've become friends. And then he's on my lives quite a lot. He loves fishing, and he's from Minnesota, but he's originally from Colorado. So he's like, a lot of his content's going to be outdoors stuff, guys, like adventures. I mean, that's what he does. He loves fishing. He likes being out in the water. So guys, this is what I was talking about the other day. This guy that was homeless, and I don't know what's going on here, guys, but there's no pop-up trailer. Oh, maybe he's living in that guy's over there, actually. Actually, you're right. He might be living. Someone might have brought that van down for him to sleep in, because this is his boat. But this is all his stuff that's out of the boat that was strewn all over the beach the other day. I will get back to introducing channels, guys, but I just want to. I'm not being nosy, guys, but I am. This guy. I'm going to be honest. I actually think he might be, not in a good place. I mean, let's face it. His boat is on the beach, completely stuffed. He's got apparently to the middle of September to get it off the beach. So he's trying to salvage it, as in like with screwdrivers and stuff, take off anything of value. Oh my gosh, look at the bottom of the boat. Oh my goodness, guys. So the other day we couldn't see at the other side. Obviously got to be careful because I don't want the boat to fall on top of me. But look down here. Look, oh my gosh, guys. It is Really bad. Oh my, I didn't realize it was that bad. Look at that. The whole undercarriage of the boat. Like you can literally, oh my gosh, you can actually see, what do you call the middle of a boat? I know the outside's called a hull, but like you can actually see the inside of his boat. Wowzers, that's proper stuffed. I don't know what that is. Is that from the boat? Probably. Wow. So sad. And this guy bought it 2 months ago, this boat. It cost him 5 grand. It's called Dolphin. Yeah, but she's proper stuff now. It's very, very sad. Because, this is someone's hobby, pride and joy, like someone, paid, 5 grand's a lot of money to someone. So, yeah, very sad. What? Dear Daddy, I made this gift for you. Oh, dear. There's a portaloo. No one wanted the portaloo. So, yeah, I don't know if he is living up in that, staying in that car. Yeah, but it's very sad, guys. It really is. Like, apparently his family, his dad and mum, live about 2 hours away from here, so they're going to come down and get him. But he has to stay down here and try to take apart that boat because you can't tow that boat away. Like, that's just, it's not going to happen. But then there's lots of bits and pieces of brass that a scrap metal yard would want. So when I saw him on Friday, I had a chat to him because like my partner came down with tools to help him, but he really wasn't he wasn't in the mind. He wasn't in the right mind to actually do it. So it doesn't look like he's actually taken anything off. Anyway, hopefully he's staying in there. I don't know if he is though. Who knows? So the problem is, guys, if he's obviously living on the boat, he's effectively homeless. So the first night, this happened on apparently Friday lunchtime. He was out here and he just somehow lost mooring and he hit the rocks. There's a whole lot of rocks here. And basically, yeah, just hit the rocks. And then he just started taking on water and then suddenly came into the ocean, into the beach. And that's where he stayed. So on the Friday night, he stayed in. I mean, look, every region in the world at the moment is suffering homelessness, and yeah, it's a problem everywhere in the world. Everything's getting so expensive. So he went and stayed in. We got a homeless bus that works on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night here in the peninsula. I think it sleeps about 12 people. So basically, it's a first come, first serve basis. So they've got little pods on the bus that they turn into, like, they've got a little bed. There's actually a little portaloo toilet in there. You can take your dog because a lot of people that are homeless actually have dogs. So you can take animals, or a cat, should I say. Yeah, but then obviously they kick you out at 6 a.m. in the morning, and then the bus gets cleaned by volunteers and the bus gets taken back to the depot. And it comes out again the next Saturday, on the Saturday night. But it only runs 3 nights a week. They're trying to run it every day, but they need volunteers. I actually used to volunteer for the company. It's called, what's it called? The Breakfast Club. I have my reasons for not volunteering with them anymore. To be honest, I would really like to go back and volunteer with them again. Just, unfortunately, when you volunteer some of these organisations, it's some of the people that you have to work with, and it's a little bit, yeah. Anyway, don't want to get into that, but they do a really, really good job, but they need more people. But anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that he stayed there the first night, and I don't know, I saw him obviously the Saturday, and he said to me that someone was going to bring down a pop-up trailer that he could stay in. And then he said that there's someone across the road that was offering him a garage to put things of value. So I don't know what he's done with that. I thought all the stuff that was on the chairs there, like on this, on the stairs that he put like all those like fuel containers and stuff, but I thought he would have put them in the garage, but that doesn't look like it's happened, so I don't know what's happened. Anyway, let's go back to introducing channels. I haven't been looking at the chat, guys. I've been too busy rambling. Oh, Kathleen, honestly. And Kathleen, we were talking about that other boat, right? But I actually met this guy, and this guy, he's a really nice guy. And look, yeah, he was devastated that his boat is proper stuffed. So anyway, I was going to bring him. I completely forgot. I've got a spare pair of shoes. He actually said to me, he goes, "Oh, I've only got the thongs on my feet that we call in Australia thongs, flip flops or sandals, or we call them double pluggers here. But yeah, we call them thongs. And I'm Australian, so I'm going to call it by the Australian name, okay? Thongs. If that offends you, get your head out of the door. It's not a dirty thing here, okay? Thongs are on our feet. Anyway, so he was wearing thongs. He goes, I don't even have shoes. I don't know, when I walked around the boat, you saw one Doc Martin, the other Doc Martin somewhere out in the ocean. So yeah, it's really sad. So anyway, I have a pair of shoes that I don't know why I bought them, but anyway, it doesn't matter. They don't fit me. They're a bit big. I was actually completely forgot. I looked at his feet and I went, oh, you're probably the same size as me, but a little bit bigger. I was going to bring them down and give them to him. Anyway, when we come back later on, I'll see if he's there. If he's there, I'll go get them and bring them down for him. So anyway, let's go back. Yeah, no insurance there. The boat was only worth $5,000, and I'd say it was probably his fault. He was drifting. I don't know. Anyway, there's Mr. Pelican. He's gorgeous, gorgeous. Oh, pardon me. So yeah, what a beautiful day. This, guys, this is winter in Australia. Well, actually, I'm not going to say Australia, because if Susan's still in the chat from Homestead Made Easy, oh, not Homestead. When I say Homestead, you know who I'm talking about, guys, hey? High Country Homestead, sorry. High Country Homestead. So, like in High Country Homestead, I doubt the weather's like this morning there. Just saying. Because she's down south. Down south, they're closer to Antarctica. So there's a lot more cold down Victoria way. So Queensland is generally a lot warmer. So our state is called the Sunshine State. So our regos on our cars, our registration has our numbers, and then it says the Sunshine State. Because yeah, it's pretty much always sunshine here, guys. That's why I live here. I love the sun. I am sunbound. So for example, if it is cold and miserable for more than a couple of days, I will actually get depressed. There's actually a thing called like weather depression. I definitely get weather depression. When I was living in Ireland, it's a funny story. So Heather's not here in the chat anymore, but Heather's living in Ireland at the moment. Well, she's living there now. I lived in Ireland for 3 crazy months. I used to sell timeshare, and I was there in winter. It was nuts. It was so cold. You'd wake up at like 7 o'clock and it's pitch dark. It was like I'd be walking to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and it's still pitch dark. By about 9 o'clock, the sun has started to rise. It's ridiculous. I don't know how people live like that, but that is how it can be in countries that are really cold. And obviously, yeah, just that's how things are, right? And then in the afternoon, by about 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, it's dark again. So you don't get to see many hours of the sun. So one of the guys that I worked with actually had a sunbed. Now I know, guys, you're going to say, oh my God, sunbeds are so bad. They are so bad. I mean, no one uses sunbeds now, I know that. But they used to be popular probably back in the 80s and 90s. And yeah, so this guy had a sunbed, and I would go and have a sunbed maybe once a week just to get some sun on me, because I just needed to feel like I had some sun on me, because yeah, as I said, I'm sun I'm sunbound. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Oh, look at that, guys. Stay there, buddy. You are beautiful. Okay. We're definitely getting a pelican fix this morning, guys. It's amazing. I'm amazed about how big they are. And look at the span. I'm getting dizzy even following him, guys. Okay, he's going to go up on one of these. There you go. So, just saying, people walk under him. He'll do a big turd. And to say, it's very lucky if you get bird poo on you. But I tell you, if you get pelican poo on you, it's a lot. So I was driving across this bridge one day. So to get off the peninsula where I live, it's like an island. It's kind of like, if I had to draw it, let me draw it, right? This is Redcliffe. Okay. This is the mainland. This is Redcliffe Peninsula. I'm walking here. This is me here. There's a bridge that goes all the way here that joins up to the mainland, right? So you can either go by a bridge to Redcliffe or you can go out this way. So there's only two ways to get off the island, the bridge or through here, or by boat if you have a boat. Anyway, so I'm driving down here, right? And on those bridges, they have these big lights, right? And then I got pooped on, literally, by a pelican. And I tell you, my whole windscreen was white. I put the windscreen wipers on and it was just slosh. It was disgusting. I put the window down. I don't know why I put the window down because I think I couldn't see. Actually, I think I just put the window down because I couldn't see. And I'm going across a bridge and you're going about 80 kilometers an hour. So it's, I did slow down. But I'm like, I can't see. And I put my window down and I nearly vomited because the smell. I mean, obviously, pelicans eat fish, right? So the fish is like digesting in their stomachs. It was disgusting. I actually had to drive back home and wash it off because, yeah, it's pretty feral and it's not good on your car. Put it that way. If I'd driven to work that day, I was a rep, so I was driving like here, there, and everywhere, and the car just would get baked in the sun and it would just be horrible. A bird dropped a turd in your eye. Oh my gosh. Well, just going to say that's pretty lucky. So you might have got pink eye or something. Okay, so guys, I'm getting distracted. I'm trying to introduce a channel. That's what I was trying to do. Okay, so let's go with Kathleen's Place. So Kathleen's Place is a lady from Swatchwa. Okay, it's not really Swatchwa. I'm sure it's Swatchwan. She's from Canada. She's from a region in Canada, and it's got a really long name, and it starts with S, and I think it ends in A. So it's Swatchwa. Anyway, she is 50 something. She's a Gen Zer, and was it Gen Z or was it Y? Oh my gosh, I don't know what I'm talking about this morning, guys. Anyway, she's 50 plus, right? And she talks about her journey in life, in relationships, in health. She is suffering her own, well, not her own, but she does have chronic fatigue and fibro. Can never say that word. It's another long word. I'm not very good with long words. Fibro something. Yes, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. It's very fatiguing. It's one of these not disease. It's one of these illnesses that you can't see. So it's very debilitating because people can look at you and go, "There's nothing wrong with you. Just get out of bed, right?" And I'm sure Kathleen can probably sympathise here and say, "Yeah, people say that to me. Like, just get out of bed," because people can't see that there's something wrong with you because it's actually in your body. Like, you actually feel physically fatigued that you cannot get out of bed. So Kathleen has sharing on her journey recently how she's got back into art. So Kathleen's been around for a while on YouTube. She's got about 1,300 people subscribed. So she's got a good little fan base, a good little lot of followers that love her. I'm one of those people that love her. I've got to know Kathleen quite a lot by doing these lives. She's in my lives a lot, and then I'm in her lives, getting to know her life. And then we did a live together a week and a half ago where we were basically doing some art while we did the chat. So Kathleen has got into acrylics while she was unwell, because when she's unwell she can't really leave her house or leave her bed. So she was doing some art from her bed, and she's got back into that now, and she remembers the joy it gives her. And I've got to say, I actually think the spark in her eyes is just like, she's just like alive. So anyway, I love art. I don't do it as much. I normally do it while I travel. So when I travel, I have a little watercolor. I've got this little water pen that you just chuck water in it, and you just dip it in the colours and you just paint away. And then I have a little A5 sketchbook that I can paint in. So when I was in Paris in May, I sat in little cafes that face the street, and I would paint the landscape. And oh my gosh, it's one of my favourite things I've ever done, was sitting there with a wine and just painted the street. So I don't know if anyone knows Paris, but there's a little area in Paris called Saint-Germain. And my pronunciation is not very good, right, guys? But it's spelled German, Germanine, something like that. But it's Saint-Germain. And the streets are very pretty. It's also like the very exclusive streets. So you've got the Cartier and Gucci and Rolex. That's not why I like the street. It's just the street itself. The buildings, the architecture is just so gorgeous. So yeah, I sat there. I had breakfast there. And I had a cup of tea, and then I just moved on through the day. I probably sat there for about 3 or 4 hours. And yeah, moved on to a wine after that, and then it was painting. Yeah. So anyway. So guys, it's starting to get really windy. I don't know if you can hear me. Yeah, that's it. I can never say it. Fibromyalgia. Oh God, I can't even say it. But anyway, that thing. So anyway, that is Kathleen. And Kathleen is she's very caring, okay? I don't know if you want to hear me say this, but you're very mothering. Like you're just I'm not saying that I look at you and think of my mother. I'm not saying that, but you have that presence that you're just very caring. Okay, can you hear me better now, guys? Yeah, I think the wind sometimes gets in the microphone of the headphones, so sometimes it's just easier just to do this. Just using the microphone in the air. So we're walking up to another Mr. Pelican. Okay, you heard me right. Okay, so I think, look, the wind has probably dropped a little bit now, so I can put the headphones on later. Oh, Susan's back. Okay, so that's Kathleen's channel. So I've talked about Kathleen. Okay, I've talked about Mike. I've talked about Gina. I've talked about Susan from Artfully Becoming. High Country Homestead. Okay, so High Country Homestead is my friend Susan from the Alpine region of Victoria. She is a 50-something lady living on the land without a man, just saying, right? And she's living her best life. She's on 360 acres. And, sorry guys, I'm distracted again. And yeah, she lives off the land. She's purely off grid. So basically she works off the land. So she does a bit of a barter system, which I think is amazing. Not a bit of it, but like she does. So for example, someone comes to cut her trees. so that she has wood for like her wood fireplaces, because it's damn cold down there, right? So she needs wood for her fireplace. So instead of paying that person to cut the wood or cut the trees down, she has a barter system. So they cut the trees down, they cut up her wood, and then they take some home for their fireplace. So there's no money exchange. She also has chickens, so she sells her eggs to get some money, or she does a barter system to get, other produce off them. So yeah, so her page is about her homesteading. She has cows, she's an alpaca that I'm obsessed with. So I don't know if you heard me say before, Susan, that I really wanted you to do a video on your alpaca. If you could please video your alpaca. I want to know the alpaca's name. I want to see you patting the alpaca. I want to see a selfie with the alpaca. I want to see you cuddle the alpaca, just so that I can, that's what I would do. If I was, seeing your alpaca, I would probably want to, cuddle it. And I know that that's probably a weird thing to do for the poor alpaca. It'd be like, who the hell are you? Get away. But I mean, obviously, if you're its owner, then maybe she trusts you or he trusts you. So anyway, Susan, that is Susan's channel. If that floats your boat, you should check her out. Who else have we got here? Moist Malone. Hello, how are you? Moist Malone, I've never heard of your channel before, but welcome. We're in southeast Queensland. We did see the sunrise, but it's way up there now. Oh, there it is. So you're watching a walk at 7:44 a.m. in the morning in Redcliffe Peninsula in Queensland. And there's a guy swimming. All I can say is, as soon as he gets out of the water, he's going to be freezing. So this is a nice place to swim, guys. There's less rocks. So that guy that we saw the boat shipwrecked up on the beach, he was moored in this little cove I saw him, he was here for a couple of weeks actually. So Susan from Artfully Becoming asked me, do my feet get sore? No, they don't get sore. I love walking, Susan. But I'm going to tell you something, guys. I'm going to buy a rebounder today. Has anyone heard of a rebounder? Those little trampolines that you go boing, 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 boing. Yeah. Trampoline, right? Like we used to play on when we were younger. So I'm buying an adult version that's only like this far off the ground. But yeah, basically, and it has a handle at the front, so you can do tricks if you want to be tricky. But basically I'm buying it because I do a lot of walking. And even though walking is really, really, it's very low impact on your body, but I do need to do other exercises other than walking. I do Pilates, but I do need to do some more bone density kind of workouts. I don't particularly want to go to gym, guys, just saying. So I do have some weights that I kind of do a few little, army things and things, but I need to do more strength training in my knees. I have this knee here is not particularly happy all the time, and that's my only complaint. So it's not that bad. I mean, I can still walk. I mean, you guys saw the other day, a couple of weeks ago, I walked like 18 miles or 30 kilometers in one day. And look, it was, I pretty much did it pretty well. The only problem was that the other people I was walking with weren't as fit, and it was cold and miserable and raining that day. So it took us 9 hours. My friends also did the walk too. They did a 50-kilometer walk, and I normally walk with them. And yeah, they did it in way less hours. So if you go faster, you're not going to get as cold. So anyway, it was a little bit cold for me. But anyway, that's said, I'm pretty fit because I do a lot of walking. But I have realised that I've turned 50 and I need to start looking at other forms of exercises that help strengthen my knees and legs and body, And it's not all about walking, right, guys? I know I'm obsessed. I love walking. This area here is so beautiful. This is Scoint. So that's the point, Scott's Point, and there's a little cove. I normally swim in there because it's like a little private cove. It's high tide at the moment, so you can't walk around, but normally you can walk all the way around. So this is an area I used to have a lot of barbecues at. And last week I watched the sunrise from here too. behind these gum trees. It was so beautiful. So yeah, as I said, I'm very grateful that these knees, these legs, these feet, ankles, all that stuff hold me and let me do what I do. Hey, how you going? Yeah, as I said, like, I know not everyone has different, physical strength and abilities. I guess my superpowers are like walking, but a down power, I don't know what you call it, down power, but like, I'm actually shocking at writing. I mean, I like writing. Like Susan in the chat, she does a lot of writing for magazines and online publications about plants and country living and stuff like that. And so she's really good with words and writing. I would love to do that. Not on like that topic, but sorry, just give me a second, guys. I'm just gonna have some water. Put you down here. So this is a really beautiful little area. Look at these gum trees. So beautiful. So yeah, what I'm saying is I'm shocking at writing. I'm probably dyslexic. I haven't been checked. But definitely I did terribly at school and I was always a horrible speller. So when I write emails, and this is another reason why I like to put emails on a computer, because you can see more of the email, but you can look at the sentence a little bit better. So I'm a bit of a talker and I can talk quite fast. So I also try to type fast, and then when I'm typing, I miss out whole words. So my words, like my sentences, will not make sense. So I have to go back and proofread. And then I triple check everything, to be honest. So that is my not superpower. So yeah, like, I mean, we all have superpowers, right? Yeah, and I guess being able to walk and having lots of energy is my superpower. I love that I have all this energy. I mean, I'll definitely do wake up tired sometimes and would rather stay in bed like this morning. But I know that if I go for a walk, I feel amazing. And I do. I just love it. But yeah, we all have superpowers, but we all have, I'm not saying all, I'm just going to generalise myself. We do have things that, we wish we could change. Yeah, I mean, I could probably go get, lessons or something like that to be a better writer. And look, I love when I do write, like I write funny stories on my personal Facebook, and my friends are just like, oh my God, you are hilarious. You should write a book. I'm like, oh, yeah, God, no one wants to see that. I mean, I'd love to write a book, but I would need someone to proofread the hell out of it. And like, they'd be like, what the hell were you trying to say here? Like, it doesn't make any sense. So I can go back and I'll proofread my writing and I'll go, what the hell? I've just missed a whole, 3 words to make the whole sentence, and it doesn't even make sense. So anyway, yeah, that's me being a bit vulnerable here this morning, just telling you that, yeah, I'm a shocking writer. Good morning. There must be something smells nice there, hey?
Yeah, always is.
Yeah. Matt! Hello, Matt. How are you going? So welcome to Monday morning, Matt. So let's talk about Matt's channel. Matt Launton is from Cheshire, because Susan from Art for Becoming just asked. So Matt's from Cheshire in the UK. He loves dance music, just saying. I don't know if he loves it, but we talk about dance music. Mike likes dance music. So if anyone's watched my channel in the last month, you're like, what the hell is going on there, Dora? Yeah, I love music. I love DJs. I love dance, techno, the doof kind of music. And I know everyone goes, oh my God, like what? Yeah, I love that music. So next Saturday night, I'm going to go see a DJ that I've probably followed for 30 years, a guy called Paul van Dyk. He's a German guy, German dude. So I saw him play in New York. I saw him play in Tulum. I've seen him play in Brisbane quite a few times. I've seen him play in Sydney quite a few times. He's an amazing DJ. So anyway, he's coming to Brisbane next week, so I'm going to see him. But anyway, yeah, so Matt, he shares my like for dance music. So sometimes he entertains my videos and says, oh, yep, you like so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. Oh, wow, look at the colour of that car. I actually love purple. That's a nice colour. That would have been an expensive paint job because I don't think that Subaru actually comes at... I think it's a Subaru. I don't know. But anyway, I don't think they come in that colour normally. Matt shows his landscapes in his area. So I believe he does like walking. But you'll see country landscapes, and he also borrows his friend's drone and goes droning. So every time I see Matt, I'm reminded that I should pick up the drone and learn how to drone. So I have a drone and I crashed the drone and I haven't picked it up since. And they're very expensive little items. And yeah, I need to do something with it, either get rid of it and get a little drone, because I do like drone footage. It looks amazing, but you do need to know how to drive a drone. So anyway, okay, there we go. Matt likes to walk. See, I just know you, Matt. Anyway, Matt is also very, how do we say this? He loves lives. He also shares with me channels that I go check out. He shared a channel with me. I can't remember her channel name, but she's Katie from the North Pole or something like that. She's from Alaska. And like sometimes in her lives, there's moose going around her backyard. It's nuts. So guys, we're going to go show you this shipwreck because we're all about shipwrecks today. So this is the Gander. It's an old Navy ship in Australia. It was decommissioned and it was sunk off the coast here, which we're going to go see. It now looks like that. The person who owns this house got this whole artwork commissioned here. So we've got our lovely pelicans, the turtles, because there's lots of turtles out in this bay. And we do have dolphins. It's just that we never see them. It's really, really sad. I used to see them a lot. I hardly see them. When I first started doing these lives on the beach, I did see some dolphins, but I haven't seen them since. And just look at the coral. It's so beautiful. Honestly, so for the ladies in the chat that love painting, like Susan, you would love that. Like, look at that. And Kathleen. I mean, look, I think you might not be an artist yourself, as in I'm talking, say Matt, for example, or Mike. You might not do art. I don't know if you do, maybe you do. But anyone's got to appreciate that. Like, this is beautiful. Look at the sun rays going down. Just, yeah. So anyway, Kathleen and I are doing a live this weekend. So Friday night, Northern Hemisphere time, and Saturday morning, my time. I believe, Kathleen, we're going to do 11 o'clock my time, which would be 7 o'clock your time. I don't know. So Kathleen's as I said, she's in Swashwa in Canada. So I believe it's going to be 7 p.m. in that region, which might be 4 p.m., I don't know, in Texas area. I don't know. I'm not sure, guys. But yeah, Friday afternoon, I'll be doing a live, which will be Saturday morning my time, 11 a.m. Brisbane time. So Susan from High Country Homestead, I'll be doing a live with Kathleen on Kathleen's channel. So you'll see me go live. I will share it in my community post the day before so you guys can see it. And you can click on the notification and then you can actually be notified when Kathleen goes live. But it'll be on Kathleen's channel. It will go live on my channel too. So it'll go out to my subscribers that I'm live. But it'll be coming from Kathleen's channel, just saying, okay? So I will share that on my community post. When we're talking talking life, but Kathleen's actually going to ask me some interview questions. So Kathleen did a fun interview yesterday, or no, 2 days ago, with a lady called Candice Lynn. And I really actually loved the way you interviewed Kathleen. So I'm actually really looking forward to that interview. So anyway, if you'd like to see Dora get interviewed by Kathleen, that's on this weekend, Friday night or Friday evening, Saturday morning my time. Anyway, but while we're doing that, I'm going to do some art. But I'd love to say that I could paint that. I mean, who's to say I can't paint that, right, guys? I mean, if I can try, I'd love to paint that there, the turtle. All right, let's just take a photo. Okay, so I'm not taking a photo because last time I did a screenshot, I completely stuffed the live up. I'll tell you that story in a second, but I'm just holding the camera still because I'll download this later on when it goes up. And I'm going to paint that, guys. I'm going to print it out and paint that turtle on the live with Kathleen. I might pre-draw it so that way I can just paint it and I can talk to Kathleen while I get interviewed. Anyway, if you want to see me paint that, stay tuned. Cool, I can paint that, Matt. Thanks for the cheering on. You believe in me, thank you. Okay, so who else have I got in the chat? Who haven't I talked about this morning? I've talked about Matt. Okay, Matt, Matt Lawson. You know Matt Ventures Sparks anyway. You've met him in the chat before, haven't you? I'll just go over it again though. So, sorry, Mike. Mike is from Minnesota and his channel's about adventures in around